Morning everyone, and welcome to another class of English literature. So previously in this particular unit 4 we were dealing with some caste issues that affect us mentally, and in this lecture I'm going to take you to a different level, that is physical issues. Some physical issues will be there, and I will tell you how actually physical issues affect us mentally and how physical things are interlinked to our mental state of mind, and how physical things will actually help you to improve your mental condition. So we're going to see so much interlinked conditions, we're going to see so much physical things and so much mental things, and a very positive healthy thing in our lecture. Okay, so firstly, before anything I want to ask you some questions like, what's your favorite sports? Okay, someone will tell what? Cricket. Someone will tell football. Someone will tell hockey. And apart from these outdoor games, everyone is going to tell what? Some indoor games. Okay. So, in your English Lit classes, class 8 is now going to see some sports issue. So, firstly, I've asked you, what's your favorite sports? So, and in that, as you people have been answering in your mind, which I can't of course hear, but understand that it can be cricket, it can be football, it can be soccer, it can be so many things. But actually, why do you love these things? You love the physical thing that your body do while playing all these games. You love the thing, you love that attraction that these games create in your mind. You love when you go to the field and you just enjoy your time with your body just jumping here and there and just enjoy all these things. So that's why you love sports. Why? Because that thing involves your body in so much positivity that it rubs off all the negative thought that comes to your mind. Next, do you know where do sports take us? Means the future. Do you know about the future of sports and how it's linked? The future of sports can be said that there can be competitions. What can be there? There can be competitions. So many competitions can be there in the sports issue that they actually create a future. So what do we mean by that? That our hobby, our favorite things turns into future, giving it the outlook of competition. So what is there in our mind, what affects us mentally, and all those things that we love from our heart, that can actually give us a bright future. Okay, and how that future will be given to you? In terms of competitions. Competitions such as guess in what competitions you people see sports in worldwide terms? Are the major events that begins with a O where sports are involved? Can you tell? Now also can you tell? Okay, this Olympic is such an event, such a games that where we see worldwide participation. What do we see here? We see here worldwide participation. And there we see various sorts of sports. So what do we see? We see worldwide participation, and we see many sports. Okay, so these are the things that we see in this game, and this results in first, second, third, this type of scenario. And when someone becomes first, what type of a medal they get? Do you know what type of a medal they get when they become first? They get a gold medal. Then in the second position they get silver, then they get bronze, and so many things they get. So this is a medal thing which actually occupies a very special place in the heart of every single person. Don't you like it when you get medals in your sports or any type of things which you get involved in any sort of competitions? Don't you just absolutely love that thing when you get some medals? I to love it so much. Now, after Olympics, I want to tell you about another sort of game. Okay, this is just for your general knowledge. Okay, so Commonwealth is also a sort of game where we can see various sports involved. So various sports are involved in this Commonwealth game also, and athletes from Commonwealth nations come there, among which India is a part. So not a worldwide every country is involving, it's not that. It's only those who belong to the Commonwealth nation. These nations were mostly dominated by the British thing. British people generally dominated these nations who actually gets involved in this Commonwealth game. So I don't want to go deep into this matter about this British thing because we are not going for a history lecture over here. So what I want to tell you is I just introduced you to two things. Okay, one is Olympic, another second one is the Commonwealth game. So two things we just came across, and now I will take you, after this general knowledge issue, I will take you to a level where I will connect you with this sort of games and your mental condition. Okay, so what do sports teach us? Can you tell me, what do sports teach us? What is the main thing that sports teaches? Sport teaches us sportsmanship. What is sportsmanship? Sportsmanship is a very healthy concept. What is it? It's a very healthy concept, a very positive thing which actually gives you a very good bonding between all those competitors that get involved in a sports. So it deals with the bonding, it deals with a healthy relationship among the sportsmen who are involved in a particular sport. Okay, so that means we have to take a loss also happily. Okay, so whenever we are not able to win any competition, if it happens in our life also, we should take that, we shouldn't be so much involved in that, we shouldn't take that so much mentally. Instead, what we should do, we should apply the sportsmanship concept and we should take this in a very healthy way. Why? Because in that way, in that bonding, if you take a loss happily, then only afterwards in your life you will win that competition or win in your life. Okay, so this is the thing I want to tell you, that if you sometimes it happens that you are not able to get well accustomed marks, you are not getting a very happy life, you are not getting the first gold medal, so just don't take it so personally. Why? Because I know everyone has to fight in life, but still what we have to do is we have to take all those in a healthy manner. We have to take all those things in such a manner that we can win in our life, we can show the sportsmanship over there, and that will help us to create a bonding with all those competitors and finally win the game. Okay, so before introducing this chapter, I have told you there was a quote of the day over there. The quote of the day tells that talent wins games. Okay, what do talent do? They wins game, but teamwork and intelligence wins championship. Okay, So this is the quote of the day. The quote reads that talent means those hidden things that you have in your characteristic. Those talents actually win games. So if you're hardworking, if you have the talent in yourself, if you're well versed in your syllabus, well versed in your education system, or you're good at dance, or you're good in singing, then you will win games, then you will gain the medals. But what do teamwork and intelligence do? They brings you championship. You will be the champion, not only in any game but also in your life. You will be the champion. That is, you will win the entire game. You will win the entire championship. Means all the games. Okay, just not one game, but entire the sequence of all games you will win when if you apply teamwork and intelligence. And what do we understand by the term teamwork? Teamwork means when there are 10 persons over there, then you have to work with all those 10 persons. There will be weak person, there will be strong person, there will be mediocre person, but you have to take them all. You can't just throw one away from that. You have to take them all, and in that manner you have to win the game, because no team or nothing in this world can run with just one person. Remember that. The capacity, the strength of every single team, of every single thing is the persons involved. Okay, all those persons over there are 10 persons, then all of them involved in that team are the strength of that team. It's not about one. Okay, so remember this thing. So whenever you have to win anything, may it be your studies, may it be your anything, you have to do a teamwork. If you see a weak student in your class, you can guide him. Just, okay, come, let us learn something more. So that is the thing of a leadership. What is leadership? So you have to show this leadership attitude when in life, whenever you find the opportunity. How? Because you have to work with your team, you have to apply the intelligence that how to deal with all of that team, and if you are able to deal with all of them, then only you can win this championship. Literally telling you, there will be negative persons, there will be average person, there will be every sort of person, but what you have to do? You have to do a teamwork. So, and this teamwork will bring us to our next chapter. Okay, so what we are going to see in our next chapter? We are going to see lots of teamwork in our next chapter. Lots of sports, lots of competition, lots of championship, and so many things we are going to see in our next chapter. It's going to be a very healthy and a positive sequence, and I hope you will enjoy. So, as in the previous part, we just understood that teamwork is something which is very essential. So now that teamwork, the discussion on the importance of medals and every sort of thing brings us to our new chapter, that is 9 gold medals. Okay, so this is our new chapter, that is our new poem. It remains in your book in section 3 of unit 4. Okay, so this poem is written by the poet David Roth. David Roth. Okay, David Roth is just not a poet. What? He is just not a poet, but he is also something else. And what he is? He is also a singer. Okay, he is also a singer, a songwriter, an actor, and also an author. Okay, apart from this poet, he is what? Also a author, as an author. Okay, so these are the things what comprises of the characteristics of David Roth, and his songs are totally based on sensitive issues. So being a singer or a songwriter, what does his topic deals with? sensitive issues. Okay, sensitive issues means those issues which actually creates some triggering in our senses. Okay, so all these songs and whatever he write deals with sensitive issues. So it's not just in this song, but in what also other things that we will see the sensitive issue in his poems. So that brings us to this thing again. So in this 9 gold medals poem, we're going to see some dealings with the sensitive issues, that is something that will affect us mentally. Okay, that will affect us in a mental approach and also in the physical approach. We know it's going to deal with some gold medals, so something game and all those things are involved, some sort of medals or things are involved. So physical and mental thing are both the things that we are expecting to see in this poem after reading about Mr. David Roth. Now, and I'm going to tell you about some famous songs of Mr. David Roth. One is Earth. Okay, we are not aware of what Earth deals with. Why? Because that is not in our syllabus. Okay, another thing is Manuel Garcia. Okay, so this is also we are not aware. Why? Because that is not in our syllabus. But what we already know? We already know that David Roth deals with things which affects our senses. So we expect that in Earth and in the Manuel Garcia there is also going to be so much sensitive issues. Okay, so in 9 gold medals also the same reflection will be there of the writing of Mr. Roth, that is about sensitive issues. So we will see what sort of sensitive issues we're going to come across in this particular poem. So, firstly, before beginning this poem, I want to discuss with you what is the location, setting, characters, and what are the things that we're going to see, and what is the approach that we're going to take while reading this chapter. Okay? So as we discuss it before every single lesson, so in this lesson also we are going to follow the same strategy. First what we already got? Sensitive. We already got the term sensitive. That is, it's going to be associated with some mental thing, okay? Which will bring us to a more better and sophisticated word, that is emotional approach. Okay, so we're going to see some emotional approach in this 9 gold medals, and our approach toward reading this poem should be an emotional one. Okay, next what is another approach that we can expect from this term? As it's already written that medals and gold, so we can expect something about sports. Okay, something about sports. And one hint I have already given you, that is we are going to deal with some teamwork. So we are going to get this teamwork thing. Okay, so another approach will be of this, that about leadership, teamwork, and when you take all of the people around you and you go for a journey, all those things we are going to see. Next, characters. The main characters from the title, we can't get anything as certain. Okay, and after reading the poem, maybe we can come across certain character. We will see to that. I'm not going to disclose it right now, but as this 9 gold medals are over here, so I'm giving you a hint that we are going to see 9 unnamed. Okay, 9 unnamed character, because no names are there. So no particular character's name will be mentioned over there, and there will be 9 characters. We will see something else also. What are they and who are they, we will see. But the major thing is that 9 people will be there and whose names are not mentioned. Okay, so 9 characters will be there. And what we're going to see from the title, we expect to see some gold medals. Okay, we're going to see some gold medal. So this is the approach, and this is the characters, and these are things that we expect to see in this novel, in this poem. And we're going to proceed further towards this poem, towards reading this poem with all of these approaches and all of this thing keeping in our mind. Okay, now after dealing this, I want you to know something more, which of course, as I have read this poem earlier, so I am telling you. Okay, and that is the setting. And how we will find the setting, that I will tell you, that how I found out that the location of this poem or the position of this poem, how I have found it, I will tell you that in the due course. But for now, just remember that is going to be something on an Olympic ground. Okay, but it's not a normal Olympic, it's going to be a special Olympic. Okay, so this is the setting, this is a ground, it's going to be a Olympic ground, a special Olympic ground being more prominent. So that is the setting that we are looking forward. No country, and don't get involved in any sort of things, because no dialect issues are there in this poem. Okay, so as from the dialect we try to find out that this is I am Kulam, like in Healing Touch. So from this lesson, don't try to go for the dialect, because there is no dialect in such terms present in this poem. So now look at your book, page number 41. Okay. The poem begins by saying the athletes had come from all over the country. The poem begins by mentioning athletes. Okay, what do we understand by the term athletes? Athletes are person. What type of persons are athletes? Athletes are person who is proficient in sports. Who is proficient in sports, and not only sports but also other type of physical activities. Okay, so the poem begins by mentioning the athletes. Athletes are this sort of persons, in a very better term, in a very easy term, simply some sportsman. Okay, for this chapter. But generally, this is the term, this is the sentences that are necessary to describe the word athletes. But for now, we will just go with the term that they are sports person. Okay, so the poem begins by mentioning some athletes. And now what do the athletes do? The athletes had come from all over the country. So from where they came? All over the country. So what does it shows? It shows equality. Why? Because from all over the country, every person is involved. No racism, no differentiation, nothing is mentioned. So from the very first line, we can get an emotional level. Okay, so when this is the plot level, this is the emotional or the inner meaning. Okay. Okay, so what is the plot? The plot is going like this. The athletes had come from all over the country. And what does it mean in an inner meaning or emotional approach? It means equality. So this is just from the first line, we got so many things, you can see. Okay, now what does the next line reads? The next line reads that to run for gold, for the silver and the bronze. So for what they are running? They're going to run. Okay, we got this word, see. So that is a competition. From just this word running, you people can understand that there's something competition is going on. So they're going to run. So this brings us the athletes, the running and all these things. They tells us that some sort of competition is going on. So for what they're going to run? They're going to run for gold, silver and bronze. Means first, second and third. Means you can see their objective is to do what? Their objective is to win. So this emotional level, there we can see there's a competition going on, and every single person, they are coming for to get gold, silver and bronze. Means they are not going to go last. They are not going to go before last. In fact, what they are going to do, they are going to top the competition. So they have a competitive mentality and they are going to win. So for this emotional thing, they came over here just to win the competition. Which competition? A running competition. Okay. So these are the things that we this thing we get from the second line, and these are the things that we got from the first and second line. Okay. Okay, emotional approach and inner meaning. Okay, now next read the third line. Now the third line tells many weeks and months of training. Third line tells about training. What does it shows? Hard working. It shows that these athletes who came, they have undergone rigorous training for many days, months and days. So that means they are very hard working. They have worked for months and days for this day, for this competition. And now come to the fourth line. What does it tell? It tells all coming down to this game. So the fourth line tells that everything was done for what? For these games. Okay, what type of game? This competition that deals with running. Okay, so this is the plot wise meaning and the inner meaning of the first stanza. Now what does the next stanza mean? It begins, see, the next stanza begins by telling the spectators gathered around the old field. Begins with what? Spectators. Who are the spectators? Can you tell me? Spectators are person who actually watches a show or game. Person who watches a show or game. Okay, so they are the spectators who watches or see a game. Okay, so this, what did the spectators do? These spectators gathered in the field. In which field? In the old field. So what do we see here? Old field. Okay, so can you guess any inner meaning, any hidden meaning from these two words, old field? These spectators mean those people who came to see this game. Why did they came? They came to see this game, for which game these athletes had undergone hardworking training, and this game is going to happen where? In this old field. Okay, so in this old field this game is going to happen. So from just these two words, can you guess any sort of inner meaning? Okay. The inner meaning from these two words is that the field is old. What do we understand by this, that the field is old? It means that there were many games arranged in that field. Okay, so it's a age-old field which saw many games. Okay, so that means the competition, the game that is happening in this field is an age-old competition. That is, I want to tell you that it's not something new. That means it has a lots of grandeur, it has a lots of importance, and it has a lots of thing involved in itself. Why? Because it is an age-old field, so it saw many games, it saw many sorts of thing involved in it, and that makes the field old. That means that this competition, this game that is happening, it is of much importance. How? Because if any competition is arranged for just 1 or 2 years, it's not so important. But an award show and something, a competition which is happening for 100 years, the value of that competition is much more compared to this. So the value raises of anything that is old. What do we say? We say old is gold. So this old field where the game is happening deserves special mention because it's not a new competition. Instead, it's an age-old competition. An age-old competition which has been happening for many years, and that's why winning this competition is so much important. Why? Because something which has been happening for 100 years is far more important than something which is new. So winning a competition which has been happening for 100 years is so much important. So the field is old, that is okay. But what does it shows us? It shows us that this game, the game that is happening, it's also old. Okay. So from this we get the conclusion that the competition that is happening is an age-old competition. Okay. Now, read the next line. Second para, second line. To cheer all the young women and men. To cheer. Why did the spectators came? The spectators came to cheer. Cheer means they have a positive attitude. What type of attitude? A positive attitude. They wanted their team to win. Like India-Pakistan match, when it happens, what do? We cheer for our country, we cheer for India. The Pakistanis, what do? They cheer for Pakistan. What do the UK people do? They cheer for their country. Whenever any sort of match happens, in each and every person belonging from that country is going to cheer for that country. So that brings a positive attitude for motivating the athletes, the sportsmanship. Okay, a positive attitude towards motivating those athletes. That is what the spectators were doing. Now next, the final event of the day was approaching, and now we get an information. What sort of information? The information is that final event is approaching. Final event means the event that is the final thing. Means it's not a semi-final. No semi-final is over here. We have already the semi-final thing has already happened. So no semi-final is there. What is there? The final thing is there. Okay. So this is information that we get from this line. So now we are going to see the third stanza. The third stanza is a bit descriptive. Means we get certain description over here in the third stanza. So, third stanza begins by saying the blocks were all lined up for those who would use them. The 100-year dash and the race to be run. So, the blocks were all lined up. So, everything was in a line just to begin the race. Why was everything in line? Because from only one single point every people begins to run the race. It can't be any different point. It's always in a line, that all the athletes stands in a line and from there they start. So everything was lined up. And how was the track? The track of the race is 100 years. 100 years, okay? 100 year dash. Dash means a sprinting race. Okay, the race. I mean, I just want to say you that this is the line, the track of 100 years. Okay, everything was so much lined up and perfect. And there were 9 resolved athletes in back to the starting line, poised for the sound of gun. Okay, poised. Poised means balanced. Okay, so all the athletes were ready to run in this area and they were all balanced. So this is what we get. All the sportsmen were totally ready. So here we are going to stop today, and we have seen that sportsmen are ready, and we will see what will happen after that. So just a short recapitulation of what we have done until now. So first, what we have seen in the very beginning of this chapter, of this poem, we have seen athletes. We have seen athletes, or a better word, sportsmen, or a better word, all the people who were running. Okay, so we have seen these things. So what was the athletes doing? They were preparing for a running session, and what they have done, they have undergone a training. And where was this running session going to happen? In old fields. Okay, the field was old, and for that they have done training for what? The running. Who? The athletes. Okay, so this is the thing that is happening, and what they want to win from this? They want to win medals. Okay, and then what we get? We get a description of the yard where the running is going to help, where the running will be there. Okay, so this is the thing that we. So this is the activity that I want to give you for this poem, and what you have to do about this is, okay, so you have to find out that how many medals India won in Olympics. Okay, how many medals? You have to find out about at least one sportsman who won at least any medal in Olympics. Okay, and then what you have to do? You have to attach the picture of that sports person in your chart paper. Okay, so all this thing you can do in a chart paper. If the chart paper is not available, you can just do it in a paper, but I want these informations to be collected and written down in your paper, whichever you select. Okay, so first there will be medal. If there are 9 medals, 10 medals, how many gold and how many bronze, that type of a classification. And then at least one sportsman who is involved, who won at least any medal, and then the picture of that person. Okay, so this is the activity, this is the collection, this is the general knowledge that you have to improve in this section. Okay, so this is the activity that you have to do.